Trimless, what you saying, brother?
Bro, my voice will try and be there. But last time I wore these shades is when we beat Man City, man. There's a reason why these shades are out. And yo, I don't care what the haters want to say. Oh, it's the dead version of City. Bro, I don't care if City were 20th. I don't care if we play the 20th place Real Madrid in La Liga, bro. You, man, always change the goalpost when it comes to Arsenal, bro. I'm seeing haters chat. Bro, I love it, bro. The last time we played Real Madrid, I was 7 years old. When that first free kick went in, I broke my bed. Bro, I jumped, bro. That wood snapped. Like, it's gone. But, oh, I didn't care. And then I'm like, bro, if he goes 2 for 2, something else might get broke. So I had to restrain myself. But no, what a night, man. What an absolute night. Skelly, that midfield. No one's really talking about Partey. I think he was the solid again. I can't believe we're not even trying to hold on to my man. We've already gone through the Saka. I don't want to go through the players. You, man, saw what the players were cooking today. And it was just lovely. It was just lovely to see. I have to say, though, my man here, bro, I hear you. But, bro, Carlo has given you so much success, bro. The disrespect to this, say you want him out. You entitled fans, you, man, piss me off. I've seen my team get clotted 10-2 in that. And you, man, are upset because this might be the year you don't win it. After just winning it all the time. You greedy, dirty bastard. Mo, big up to you as well. Because I want Inter or low-key, my favorites. I think they're going to win the Champions League. So thank you for winning today.
Yeah, that's why I'm happy that I won Arsenal in the final. That's
that'd be a great. That would be a great kind of that'd be a great one for the football terrace. If you being an Inter fan, my bro, I'd love that. That'd be great.
Yeah.
No,
if we face Arsenal in the final, we still think that Arsenal are the least favorites.
Yeah, listen, Arsenal don't become the favorites through winning this game, but you know what? Look, I've been saying it all along. What I really want, because I love these social media lineups. Why wouldn't I? I'm a content creator. I really want an Aston Villa Arsenal semi-final because the story is amazing. Does that make sense? The story of that is beautiful because of Unai Emery. There's just so much packed into that. There really, really is. But more of that later. Mo, I obviously know you were watching. Did you watch any of the Arsenal game?
I actually had it on, yeah.
You had it on as well.
The big TV, and I watched the Arsenal game.
So first of all, I had both the games on. I want to say congratulations to your team, Inter. I thought yes, they had lots of opportunities, but I thought you guys were the stronger team. You were dangerous when you attacked. You once again made Harry Kane have a abysmal performance in a big game in his career. And you did. He could have scored, should have scored, didn't do it. So well done to yourselves in that. We'll probably touch more on that game tomorrow as well on the straight backs. But Arsenal tonight, I mean, they did. I mean, Hassam's bottled it, and he said
Can I tell you something for real?
Go on, mate. Go on, bro.
I'm just going to say, and Egal, Dio, and the people that do streams with me, you, Terry, as well, I'm just going to tell you guys, I told you so, right? You guys watch football with your asses. People that don't watch football for real, you just watch football with your asses. You watch football with your agenda. Me and Staffy has been saying all of the last 2 weeks that Arsenal can beat Real Madrid. And I did a stream this morning, and I was analyzing Real Madrid, and it's exactly what happened. Bukayo Saka completely dominated that right side of Arsenal. They had to double on him with Bellingham and someone from the midfield again coming to cover Saka. They couldn't cope with the guy. I said that Miles Lewis-Kelly is a threat going forward. To be honest, watch what he did. Actually, if it wasn't for Courtois, this game could have been 6, by the way. 6, easy, by the way. If Courtois was injured like he was a week ago, this game could have been 6. Martin Odegaard stepped up, and me and Dayo did a stream a couple of days ago, and I said that this is the game I'm looking for Martin Odegaard to step up. He stepped up, and still people are slandering him. Mikel Arteta schooling Carlo Ancelotti, which is a lot of people that said that Arsenal are better drilled. The bigger pro, of course, who said that. Arsenal are better drilled, which is shoot today. Every single attack for Real Madrid, you saw Arsenal, how they stand on the pitch as someone is moving them, as Sander Bing spoke about this. I'm just going to say one thing about Declan Rice and let the others speak. The second free kick is one of the best free kicks I've seen in my life after the Roberto Carlos one and the Giannini one from that left side. There is no one that has done a free kick like this in the history of the sport other than Roberto Carlos. The accuracy, the speed, the vim in the ball, the standing, knowing exactly where to put the ball, even if Courtois has seen it, it is absolutely one of the best free kicks I've ever watched in my life. And the people that keep talking about Declan Rice, right? This is the performance in a big game today. So you can't slander him again and talk to him about the Caicedos and the Enzo Fernandezes and this and that. Oh, he can't play ball. It's not about the corner kicks now. And by the way, the free kick, the couple of the two of them, and I'm just gonna let the other speak, took away from how brilliant he was on the pitch. Actually, it's actually for him scoring these two free kicks actually masked how good he was and how much ground he covered on both sides of the pitch, offensively and defensively. He was an engine in that midfield. He was absolutely phenomenal. 100 million was spent for Arsenal to smash Real Madrid. That is, people are absolutely upset. Of course, there is like a lot of rivals in the chat for Arsenal. I'm not a rival for Arsenal. I have no skin in the game. But you guys really need to eat humble pie and just sit on the floor and just say that Arsenal have done well and finally admit that you're wrong, bro. Finally, someone said, "Mo, stop capping." You have to admit that you're wrong.
Yeah.
Be a man, bro. Be a man once in your life. Be a man and say I'm wrong.
Do you know what's really funny, right? The older I've got, right, partly I started the football terrace and I made a conscious decision to be as unbiased as possible, right? I don't always succeed. I'm a human being. But one thing I've loved in the last 5 years since doing this is now that I've put my rivalry aside when I watch football because I have to for my job, genuinely, I enjoy football more. I can actually I can enjoy the brilliant things I witness in all directions because I'm not sitting there going, I need you to lose because I hate your football club. It's actually quite refreshing. And I know not everyone has to do that, but you know what? You actually feel better as well if you just admit you get something wrong. Holding that in, it makes you go bald, it makes you go gray, it gives you wrinkles. And when you get older, it gives you heart attacks. So let that shit out, bro. Like, if you hold anger in, it literally leads to depression. So let it out. Say you were wrong, breathe, and get on with your life, kids. It's important to do that. It really is, and everything else. Egal. Talk to me, brother. Talk to me.
Feels so good. Feels so good. Oh my God!
Get that combined 11 out again. Redo it. Redo the combined 11.
It's not even about the combined 11. They told me the Champions League badge with 15 trophies alone is the reason why Real Madrid is going to win this game. They told me that Camavinga is better than Declan Rice. Camavinga didn't end the game, bro. Man got sent off. And Will, you're one of the people who sit here very arrogantly and talks about Arsenal as if we're this second side team. We're this team that don't know nothing. You want to know something? In the Champions League, you've never beaten us. We've now played 3 times. You've never beaten us. We're not going to be going to your ground. You still haven't. Maybe you're not going to ever beat us. We don't know. One thing we do know is this tie is close to being done. Arsenal have never conceded more than 2 goals this entire season. You're going to have to turn around a 3-goal deficit at your ground. It is a satanic place where people keep saying you score a bunch of goals. Let's see how it goes. Because today we had Kivior on the pitch. We had Mikel Moreno on the pitch. We had an 18-year-old and Miles Lewis Kelly on the pitch. And you want to know something? If those 3 guys were on your team, you probably would have won. Because they had better performances in their respective positions than some of your players. Miles Lewis Kelly was a better left back today than Alaba, who's been playing for years. You got a 39-year-old in midfield, and we thought your midfield was going to run the show at the Emirates. No chance. We made sure we ran that game. And Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., highly rated players, but they looked average today. Thanks to great performances from some of our defenders, and also just managing the game well as a team. Also, comparisons. Can you stop with the Camavinga, Declan Rice stuff? Stop it. It's done. It's over. We've seen them on the same pitch. We know who's the better player now. When it comes to the guy Rodrigo, stop talking about Rodrigo like he's in the same stratosphere as Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka is closer to Vini and Mbappe than he is to Rodrigo any day of the week. We've seen it today when those 4 were on the pitch. Jude Bellingham.
He's right though. Today, he's right.
All of them were on the pitch, and Bukayo Saka was the one that had Real Madrid fans shaking it. They're literally Real Madrid fans watching like, they're so worried. They're so worried every time he's on the ball. Where when Mbappe's on the ball, I know what he's going to do. He's going to take a shot or he's going to make the wrong decision. Vinicius on the ball, he's going to make the shot or the wrong decision. Rodrigo's on the ball. I didn't even notice him for 90 minutes. Did he play? Jude Bellingham, where was he? They talk about ghost guard. Where was Jude Bellingham? 90 minutes. I did not hear the commentator once even speak about him. On a reel, we watched that game. Where was Jude Bellingham? Where was he? The 39-year-old, we're not going to talk about him again. Respect to the 39-year-old, right? But when you talk to me about all your world-class players, the 15 on your badge, it gives you more respect than some of the players' ability and performances over this calendar year. And that's the reality. When we talk about the two teams, you have 15 on your badge, and that's what gives you all this confidence. But when we actually play mano a mano, and you have performances like that, you get humbled. And if we go to your ground and you think the 15 on your badge and the stadium is going to carry you to win, you're going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised because we have the defensive capability to go to your ground and not concede more than 2 goals. We have the defensive capability to go to your ground and make it extremely difficult. If you think teams in the lower half of La Liga can come to your ground and get a win, Valencia can come to your ground and get a win. We can definitely come to your ground and play really well. And we're no longer talking banter here. To every single person in the Premier League, have some fucking respect for Arsenal. Today, Arsenal confirmed the 5th spot in the Champions League. Today, Arsenal confirmed the 5th spot in the Champions League. You used to say Arsenal was letting down England. Today, we're the ones that are making you guys be able to have a 5th spot in the Champions League. We're going further than the likes of Liverpool, who are the Premier League champions. We're going further than the likes of Manchester City, who are the former Premier League champions. We're going further than some of you guys who keep saying you have Champions League heritage. We are the ones who are showing what we're made of, where some of these other teams got knocked out early. And in the past, you guys used to say Arsenal have a weak underbelly, a soft team. No, we are not that team no more. We don't have that.
Arteta out.
We don't have that. Oh, and also Arteta. If Arteta,
I reminded him, Terrace.
if Arteta and Ancelotti were to swap positions today, Real Madrid wipe the floor with us. Arteta outmanaged Ancelotti. He went into this game knowing what he needed to do. Ancelotti said Arsenal were going to come and attack. Yeah, we're going to attack, but in spurts. And Courtois saved your ass from it being 5-0. It could have been 4, maybe 5-0 if it wasn't for Courtois. But I'm done.
No, I hear that.
There's two more things.
Go on.
We spoke about Declan Rice's performance. We spoke about Bukayo Saka's performance. And 18-year-old Miles Lewis-Skelly is on the pitch versus Real Madrid and showing you guys, we don't fear you, bro. We don't fear you. Just remember that.
He was certainly brilliant.
Anyone.
Just very quickly, Will, when you listen to a lot of what Egal said there, what parts of that do you agree with?
He said a whole bunch of nothing. He's just super happy. Congratulations. I didn't know that you were lifting your first UCL tonight. I know this is the best night of your life in the UCL, a quarterfinal win. It's a big one. And you get to celebrate. And banter, that comes with it. So it's fair enough, bro. But look, it is what it is. I said it. Like, we are not good this season, right? When you guys were on Husam's channel yesterday, A-listers, I put in the comment section when he said that the tie is going to be done in the first leg. I said, bro, it's going to be either a draw or I think that Arsenal can win. I got called the fraud. This is just what we've been seeing all season. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, I think he was right, though. The tie might be done in the first leg.
No. Well, but in which way he meant, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good, though. Congratulations. But look, a lot of spooky things happen in that Bernabeu. And I don't think 3-0 is enough for you to be talking the way that you are. Just to be very honest with you, I think that you guys are 100% the favorites now, right? Like, I think it's like...
What?
I think it's 95% chance that you guys are going through. But
not the favorites for the tournament. I thought he's saying
no.
What is he talking about?
Yeah, I'm
By
talking
the way,
about.
are you willing to revisit the Camavinga take?
Say it again?
Are you really willing to revisit the Camavinga take with Declan Rice?
No, Camavinga's still better than him.
He got rattled today.
But it's like I said, though, when we had the debate on the other channel, I told you that Declan Rice is better than him at set pieces and stuff like that. And that was never in the question. But as an overall player,
Rodrigo over Saka?
Saka played very well today. Rodrigo didn't really get the ball, bro. If you look at it, we were trying to force it to Vinny and Mbappe. This is why I get on this manager about tactics. The weak link is Miles Lewis-Skelly. Why are we not giving the ball to Rodrigo? Rodrigo is getting the ball when he drops deep, but in attack, we're not.
There's an answer for this, by the way, because Miles Lewis-Skelly, there is an answer for this because Miles Lewis-Skelly is a force going forward and Rodrigo was forced to defend instead of attack. Well, you have to admit that he's the only one from your forward that has to defend when Miles Lewis-Skelly go forward. The other guys are just standing, like they're giving standing ovations to the Arsenal players when they're going past them. You speak about this always well, that your two forwards don't contribute to the rest of the team when you don't have the ball.
I
You
don't
talk
want
about this.
I have a
to
serious
compare.
question.
Very quickly, I'll come to you next ago. I don't want to compare Real Madrid to PSG in Europe because of the heritage and what they've won. But tonight, there were lots of moments in the game where Real Madrid reminded me of PSG in the last 4 or 5 years, where you've got two players out of the game because they're not helping the team out. They're not pressing. They're not staying in line. And for me, when you come up against a team, and they haven't performed well enough, regularly enough this season, Arsenal, but when Arsenal are on point, I just don't think you can't get away with it. You can't get away with playing 80% of a game with 9 men. You can't do that in modern day football. But Egal, what are you about to say, my friend?